disposal. Might we could ask him for a book, but I've always been of the mind that the best learning is done through doing.
I've made up my mind.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the matter, my lord. Okay.
Say.
Doubtless Esfrost will be a close partner in the days ahead. It would be wise to see how they live, don't you think? This one should listen to reason. What reason have you for wanting to visit Izant? This is tough. One of the other reasons we wanted to go was for this. We wanted to see like how all the saltmen and prosperous and stuff, and like I also want to see why like society where they're equal, but I'm talking to a prince. But he doesn't want to be a prince per se necessarily, so I'm gonna try this. I would be fascinated to see a society where everyone is truly equal.
Certainly.
Indeed, they say Hyzant is a country without kings or noble. This is hard to imagine. But why imagine when we could see it with our own eyes? Interesting proposal. I wonder what everyone else thinks. You've given me much to consider, friends.
Lord Serenoa.
Izant's Ministry of Medicine is said to be a beacon of progress in both medicine and magic. I believe we could benefit greatly from seeing the fruits of their knowledge with our own eyes.
Lord Serenoa.
Yeah, okay. Izant has its charms as well, I'm sure. What about its appeal to you, my lord? It is said the skill of their mage is unequaled. Wouldn't you like to test your skill against such warriors?
Quite true.
I heard the same. What magic I have seen is impressive enough. I can scarce imagine what a true master could do. I would like to try my hand against one in mock battle if able. My bow against their spells.
Okay.
Thank you, my lord. I suppose there may be some merit in visiting Izant. Yeah. Let's see if it worked out.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we journey to the Grand Duchy of Esfrost or the Holy State of Hyzant? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
Oh, really? If that is your wish, then so be it. Izant is just as good as Esfrost. He was already convinced anyway. Like, she was already convinced too. She was already convinced too.
You have my vote.
Where my lord goes, I follow. Well, that was easy.
I changed my mind.
Izant is its charm, I admit. Charms I mean to see for myself. Interesting. Now, I wonder like what the guy that was super hard to convince is gonna say.
Forgive me, lad.
I've been wanting to visit Esfrost for a while. It didn't work.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Is he? Does that mean like he's not coming with us anymore? Like we lost him?
The way forward is decided. We journey to Hyzant.
Really, gaming sage, very interesting. So it's tougher to convince people to go to Esfrost.
We have decided. We set sail for the holy state of Hyzant. Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Very good, my lord. When you pay respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
Sure. I mean, obviously.
Lord Serenoa, we are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence. That said, I must offer you a warning as well.
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook. I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzant.
Huh?
She is half-sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
My mother's hair. The pink locks of the Roselle. Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzant. Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the gospel of the goddess regards them as sinners. Yes, I do. But I am from Esfrost, and I assure you I have committed no sins. Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one.
Dude, like she's hated everywhere she
Forgive my
goes.
outburst.
She's hated in Hyzant. She's hated in Esfrost. Like, good lord, man.
You've no need to apologize. Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see with my own eyes.
Right? And it hurts much more because, like, she's not an annoying character either. Like, she's really, she's super awesome. Like, she's literally my favorite character so far.
See where and how my mother and her people suffered.
Whither the river flows completed. That was part 1 of the chapter, I'm assuming. So chapter 3, part 2 now.
By order of King Regna, Serenoa escorts their esteemed guests back home, beyond the forest and over the mountains to a vast sand-swept land. Before long, a grand wall of stone rises before them. Known as the Goddess's Shield, behind it lies the source, Noselia's only supply of salt. Upon the lake shores of the source towers a giant likeness of the goddess, ever watching over the flourishing city and the palace below. This is the holy state of Hyzant.
A land of sand and sun.
I had heard tales of the goddess's shield, but its grandeur surpasses even my imagination.
It protected the holy state from both Glenbrook and Esfrost during the war. None in history have succeeded in breaching it. Do you think you might fare better, Lord Serenoa?
Actually, yes. With the new...
I think penetrating these walls would be nigh impossible.
Definitely not. Now that we have like explosives, like actual explosives from the guy that's doing the mine from Esfrost.
A most courteous answer. I should have expected as much.
Like he's able to mine using those explosives now, so he's probably would be able to like you blow like you dig under one of the walls, place explosives, and boom.
What's that sound?
Could this be?
Is this the hour of worship I've heard so much about?
Indeed. Hyzantians offer their prayers up to the goddess's statue every day. They thank her for her blessing, for bestowing us with the source, from which all Norzalia's salt is harvested.
To see every citizen pray is astonishing.
The goddess truly is at the center of all Hyzant, just as the stories say.
Even so, are there none who'd use this time of worship to rob their fellow citizens?
There are none so misguided among the goddess's believers.
Okay.
All Hyzantians are guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter. The Holy State has done everything in its power to eliminate poverty and ensure equality.
That sounds okay. Okay,
As a
Captain.
result,
All good.
No one envies others or craves riches for selfish reasons.
Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it.
Certainly, if everyone were equal, there would be naught to fight about.
But achieving absolute equality is impossible.
The words of an unbeliever. The goddess showers her blessings fairly upon all who follow her teachings.
Before we visit the Hierophant, there is one thing I must tell you about Lady Frederica.
Under normal circumstances, the head of our nation would not permit an audience with one of Rosellan extract.
Extract?
We have explained the circumstances, however, and she has been granted special permission to enter the palace as an envoy.
That said, we would ask that Lady Frederica remain silent before the Holy One.
Silent? Why?
I reiterate that typically she would not be so much as allowed to attend. We ask for your understanding of our creed.
You mean to treat one of Glenbrook's delegates as if she weren't even there?
Prince Roland, you are here in secret. It would not do for you to gainsay another nation's religious creed.
And yet, I would say something too.
I have no objections.
My apologies.
You needn't apologize. Let us do what we came here for.
We appreciate your understanding. Now then, let us show you to the palace.
Dude, I would be a terrible person to do that because I would walk right back out.
That is where the Hierophant resides.
The Hierophant imparts us with the goddess's divine messages.
Who are you? Saintly Seven Minister of Domestic Affairs, Kemsel Farant. The Saintly Seven Minister of Domestic Affairs, he manages all matters related to the nation's public order. Yeah, he seems like a nice fellow.
None are allowed to look upon the Holy One's face. None save Minister Edor, who conveys their divine words to us.
Wow. So the leader is in that thing says whatever they want to say to Minister Idore, and then Minister Idore tells it to the rest of the people. How convenient. How much you want to bet that like it could be a puppet underneath the thing? They don't know. Nobody knows. They have to trust Minister Idore to do the right thing. If Minister Idore like killed the Hierophant and then like kind of, or like the Hierophant says something and then Minister Idore says something else entirely.
Pardon our intrusion. Lord Serenoa Wolfort of Glenbrook has escorted us home on behalf of King Regna.
The Hierophant speaks to you. Serenoa Wolfort, we thank you for your gracious gesture.
One of the saintly seven and the only one permitted to hear the voice of the Hierophant. That's too convenient, man. Minister of Religion.
We are overjoyed and humbled that you have chosen to grace our nation with your presence.
I am unworthy of such high praise, but honored nonetheless.
Extremely fishy.
House Wolfort and Hyzant have shared a deep bond ever since the Sultan War. On behalf of the Saintly Seven, it is my wish that our friendship will be as strong as it was with your Lord Father.
That's cool because the Hierophant said like, what, 3 words? And now Idori is like, isn't these what, like 6th sentence?
But of course, I strive to one day measure up to his greatness.
You will also, in time, succeed Lord Simon as advisor to the mining venture, I hear. The Hierophant would hear your true thoughts on the endeavor.
Bro, this is the truth. Right there. But do I want to tell them that? Like, do I tell them the truth? Or do I go with something like more diplomatic to kind of hide my true belief? True, gaming, true. I fear the intentions of the 3 nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon.
I fear the intentions of the 3 nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon.
Lord Serenoa, is that not a slight to our efforts in this endeavor?
Even so, I will not deny my curiosity. Pray, tell us more.
While we may indeed be working together, our motives differ. There's no disputing that. But we must accept that reality and join hands if we truly wish to enrich our nations.
I see. So you believe in freedom and competition. However, in such a world, only the strong will thrive and the weak will weep.
Even so.
Lord Serenoa, the Holy One wishes for peace and equality across all Norzelia. It is our hope that you will trust in the Holy State's good intentions.
Of course.
The goddess always watches over those who believe in her. May you all receive her divine protection.
I apologize for visiting you in secret, but there's something I must ask you.
Super sus. I honestly, like, that whole place, it's giving me the creeps. And this is not what I thought this was going to be. I honestly didn't think it was going to be that creepy.
I have heard that the people of Hyzant live in equality. They say the goddess showers blessings upon those who follow her teachings. But is that the only reason?
Oh, a studious one you are, Prince Roland. King Regna has raised you well. Of course, the goddess's teachings are at the core of the equality our citizens enjoy. But there are many measures taken by the Holy State to ensure the happiness of our people.
Such as?
Minister Lila's Ministry of Medicine, which dedicates itself to the study of preserving life, is another example of this. The results of their research have allowed many people to overcome illness and injury and live long, healthy lives.
Fascinating. I would like to hear more about Hyzant's medical discoveries.
I see we managed to pique your interest. Minister Lila, I leave our guests in your capable hands. Pray, show them around the ministry and let them admire Hyzant's pursuit of life and magic.
Right? Right, gaming? Very, very much so. Wonder if there's like more stuff happening. Yeah, there is. There's a thing here too. In the castle. We'll see that in a second. First,